Carl Gustav Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist. He lived from 1875 to 1961. Jung is known for his exploration of the human psyche. He delved into the unconscious mind. Jung believed in a collective unconscious. He saw it as a shared reservoir of experiences and archetypes. These archetypes are universal patterns of thought and behavior. Jung's work has been influential. It has helped us understand dreams, mythology, and spirituality. He explored the idea of individuation. This is the process of becoming a whole, integrated self. Jung's theories went beyond the individual. He believed in a connection between psychology and spirituality. He saw the human search for meaning as a fundamental drive. This drive, he argued, was rooted in the unconscious. Jung's ideas resonated with many. They offered a way to understand the complexities of human experience. His work has influenced fields like psychology, religion, and literature. Jung's exploration of the unconscious opened new doors. He saw dreams as messages from the unconscious. He believed they held clues to our hidden selves. Jung also studied mythology and religion. He found common threads across cultures. These threads, he believed, pointed to universal archetypes. These archetypes, like the hero or the shadow, represent fundamental human experiences. Jung's work continues to inspire. It reminds us that we are part of something larger than ourselves. One of Jung's most enduring contributions was his concept of the shadow self. This is the part of ourselves that we repress or deny. It often contains negative traits, but also hidden potential. Jung believed that confronting our shadow self is essential for psychological growth. This concept, along with his other theories, laid the groundwork for a new understanding of the human psyche. Jung's legacy continues to shape our understanding of the mind. Alcoholics Anonymous, or AA, is a global fellowship. It offers support to individuals struggling with alcohol addiction. Founded in 1935, AA is built on shared experiences. Its strength lies in the collective wisdom of its members. The program is based on 12 steps. These steps provide a framework for recovery. They emphasize honesty, self-reflection, and service to others. AA meetings provide a safe space. Individuals can share their struggles and triumphs. The heart of AA lies in its emphasis on personal stories. Sharing experiences creates a powerful bond. It helps individuals realize they are not alone. The program does not claim to cure alcoholism. Instead, it offers a path to manage the disease. AA's success stems from its accessibility. It is free and available worldwide. The program's anonymity is crucial. It ensures privacy and encourages vulnerability. AA's impact extends beyond individual recovery. It has influenced the development of other 12-step programs. These programs address various addictions and behavioral issues. AA's principles of self-help and mutual support have proven effective. They have helped countless individuals find hope and healing. The fellowship's strength lies in its simplicity and universality. Its message of hope resonates across cultures and backgrounds. The 12 steps of AA provide a roadmap for personal transformation. They encourage individuals to confront their past. They also promote acceptance of their current reality. The steps guide members towards making amends for past wrongs. This process fosters forgiveness and self-acceptance. AA's focus on spirituality is central to its philosophy. It encourages individuals to find a higher power. This power can be anything that provides strength and guidance. The story of AA's connection to Carl Jung is both fascinating and profound. It highlights the unexpected ways in which ideas can intersect and shape history. Jung, a pioneer in the field of psychology, played an indirect yet crucial role in the development of Alcoholics Anonymous. While he was not directly involved in its founding, his interaction with one individual, Rowland Hazard, would prove to be pivotal in the story of AA. Rowland Hazard, an American socialite, suffered from severe alcoholism. He had sought help from various doctors and specialists, but to no avail. His search for a cure eventually led him to Switzerland, where he became a patient of Carl Jung. Jung, known for his unconventional methods, treated Hazard for over a year. During this time, Jung helped Hazard achieve sobriety. However, Jung's insights into Hazard's alcoholism went beyond the physical. He identified a spiritual component to Hazard's addiction and recovery. Jung believed that Hazard's alcoholism stemmed from a deeper spiritual malady, a lack of connection to something greater than himself. This insight would have a profound impact on Hazard. After a year of treatment, Hazard returned to the United States, seemingly cured. However, he soon relapsed, finding himself once again trapped in the clutches of alcoholism. Desperate, he reached out to Jung, seeking guidance and a permanent solution. Jung's response, though unexpected, would change the course of history. Jung informed Hazard that his case, like many cases of chronic alcoholism, was essentially spiritual in nature. He explained that a profound spiritual experience was often the only way to achieve lasting sobriety. This, he believed, involved a complete surrender to a higher power and a transformation of the inner self. Jung's words, though initially disappointing to Hazard, would plant the seed for a movement that would touch millions of lives. This interaction between Jung and Hazard marked a turning point. It highlighted the limitations of purely medical approaches to addiction. Jung's emphasis on spirituality resonated deeply with Hazard. It set him on a new path of exploration and healing. Jung's assertion that a profound spiritual experience was necessary for Hazard's recovery was not what Hazard had expected. He had hoped for a more straightforward solution, a medical intervention perhaps. Yet, Jung's words struck a chord within him. They resonated with a deep-seated intuition. Jung's perspective challenged the prevailing medical understanding of alcoholism. He saw alcoholism as a symptom of a deeper existential crisis. Jung suggested that Hazard was addicted to a way of life, a pattern of thinking. The only way out was through a fundamental shift in consciousness, a spiritual awakening. This awakening required a complete surrender of the ego. This concept of surrender was central to Jung's approach to healing. Only by relinquishing control could we find peace and wholeness. Jung's emphasis on surrender was an act of courage, a willingness to confront the depths of one's being. This process of surrender held the promise of profound liberation and renewal. A spiritual awakening, Hazard's transformative experience. Jung's words, though initially perplexing, stayed with Hazard. He grappled with the idea of a spiritual solution to a seemingly physical problem. Back in the United States, he continued to struggle with alcoholism. His relapses served as stark reminders of the limitations of his previous attempts at recovery. He had achieved sobriety under Jung's care, only to lose it again upon his return home. This experience left him disillusioned and desperate for lasting solution. Driven by a desperate hope, Hazard began to explore various spiritual and religious paths. He delved into the teachings of different faiths, seeking a path that resonated with his own experience. He attended religious services, read spiritual texts, and engaged in conversations with religious leaders and fellow seekers. His search was not merely intellectual, it was a heartfelt yearning for a profound inner transformation, a connection to something beyond his own limited self. Through this process of exploration, Hazard stumbled upon the Oxford Group, a Christian fellowship that emphasized personal transformation through surrender to God and service to others. The Oxford Group, with its emphasis on self-reflection, confession, and making amends for past wrongs, resonated deeply with Hazard. He found solace and support in their meetings, connecting with others who shared his desire for spiritual growth and a life free from addiction. The Oxford Group's approach, with its emphasis on personal accountability, forgiveness, and a power greater than oneself, aligned with the principles Jung had outlined. It was within the supportive community of the Oxford Group that Hazard experienced the profound spiritual awakening Jung had spoken of. This awakening was not a sudden dramatic event, but a gradual process of self-discovery, surrender, and acceptance. It was a turning point in Hazard's life, marking the beginning of his journey toward lasting sobriety and inner peace. The ripple effect. Hazard's transformation ignites a movement. Rowland Hazard's transformation within the Oxford Group had a profound impact on his life. He embraced a new way of life, grounded in honesty, humility, and service to others. Hazard began to reach out to others struggling with alcoholism. Among those he reached out to was Ebby T., a childhood acquaintance. Ebby T. was struck by the profound change in Hazard. He accompanied Hazard to Oxford Group meetings, embracing their principles. This initial chain reaction marked the beginning of a movement. This ripple effect would eventually reach Bill W., leading to the founding of Alcoholics Anonymous. Jungian principles in AA's DNA, the power of the unconscious. Carl Jung's influence is deeply embedded in Alcoholics Anonymous. His emphasis on the unconscious mind and spiritual experience resonated with those seeking recovery. Jung's ideas on the unconscious shaped AA's approach to addiction. He believed the unconscious was a powerful force shaping our behaviors. This concept resonated with early AA members. They saw addiction as stemming from deeper unconscious drives. The 12-step program helps explore these patterns for healing. Jung believed in the necessity of a spiritual awakening for true recovery. This spiritual dimension is central to AA's philosophy. It allows for diverse beliefs while maintaining the core principle of surrendering to a higher power. Jung's influence on AA's spiritual focus is profound. The 12 Steps, a Jungian journey of individuation. Jung believed that the ultimate goal of life was individuation, a process of becoming a whole and integrated self. The 12 steps of AA can be seen as a framework for this process. The first step, admitting powerlessness over alcohol, aligns with Jung's emphasis on surrendering to a power greater than oneself. This surrender is often the first step towards breaking free from addiction. The 12 steps provide a roadmap for confronting one's demons and emerging as a more authentic individual. Spiritual awakening. The Alchemical Transformation. Jung's Psychology and Alcoholics. Anonymous both emphasize spiritual awakening as an alchemical transformation. Alchemy symbolized psychological and spiritual transformation for Jung. In AA, recovery is seen as a spiritual awakening, shedding old selves for new. This transformation involves stages, each with challenges and rewards. Confronting one's darkness is essential for achieving wholeness. Surrendering to a higher power aligns with the alchemical principle of solve et coagula. This allows for the emergence of a new, more authentic self. The spiritual awakening in recovery transforms addiction into sobriety and connection. The 12 steps as alchemical operations. The 12 steps can be seen as a series of alchemical operations. Each step contributes to the transmutation from suffering and addiction to sobriety and spiritual connection. The alembic, a vessel for distillation, symbolizes the AA program. The 12 steps provide the heat and pressure to break down old patterns and forge a new self. Each step requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to confront one's depths. True change demands a profound shift in consciousness and openness to a higher power. Through surrender and transformation, individuals embrace sobriety, integrity, and spiritual connection. Calcination. Burning away the old self. Calcination involves subjecting the base material to intense heat, burning away impurities. In AA, this aligns with confronting addiction and admitting powerlessness. This admission is essential for breaking free from addiction. Through this fiery process, the old self crumbles, making way for a new identity. Surrendering to a higher power. Following calcination, alchemists dissolve material in water, symbolizing surrender and letting go. This stage, known as dissolution, breaks down the old self, creating fertile ground for transformation. In AA, dissolution aligns with surrendering to a higher power. Surrendering control is essential for accessing a power greater than oneself. Step 3 marks a pivotal point in this process. Through surrender, individuals experience the transformative power of a higher power. They draw support from their sponsor, fellow AA members, or a newfound faith community. Surrendering to something greater creates fertile ground for lasting change and spiritual growth. Separation. Distilling wisdom from experience. As the dissolved material settled in the alchemist's vessels, a process of separation would begin. Impurities would precipitate out, leaving behind a purer essence. This stage, known as separation, symbolized the distillation of wisdom from experience. The alchemist, carefully observing the process, would separate the valuable from the worthless. In AA, separation aligns with taking inventory, making amends, and cultivating a new way of living. Integrating transformative experiences into daily life involves separating wisdom from addiction's wreckage. Steps 4 and 5, taking a moral inventory and admitting wrongs, are crucial. By examining past behaviors, individuals discern patterns fueling addiction. Identifying character defects and cultivating virtues is essential for recovery. Making amends helps disentangle from guilt, shame, and resentment. This ongoing process requires vigilance and learning from mistakes. Continuous discernment and separation create a foundation for lasting recovery. The true power of alchemical transformation in Alcoholics Anonymous is vividly seen in personal stories of its members. Consider Sarah, who, after years of battling alcohol addiction, found herself broken and estranged from loved ones. Initially skeptical, Sarah found hope in the shared stories and empathy at her first AA meeting. Working the 12 steps, she embarked on a journey of self-discovery, mirroring the alchemical process. Sarah's story is echoed by countless others in AA, finding not just sobriety, but profound self-transformation. The man who rediscovers love and responsibility. The young woman who finds purpose in helping others. These diverse stories remind us of the transformative potential within each of us. They testify to the alchemical power of the 12 steps, guiding individuals through self-confrontation, surrender, and recovery. The gold of recovery is separated from the dross of addiction. These stories are powerful examples of the transformative journey within AA. One profound aspect of alchemical transformation in AA is the power of fellowship. Jung recognized the importance of community in healing and wholeness. For many entering AA, isolation and disconnection are profound. The fellowship of AA offers a safe, supportive environment where individuals connect with others who understand their struggles. Sharing one's story can be profoundly healing. In telling and listening, a powerful alchemy takes place. AA provides a network of support, a lifeline in early recovery. Sponsors offer guidance, encouragement, and accountability. Fellow AA members offer a sense of belonging and unconditional acceptance. This alchemy of fellowship is essential for the transformative process of recovery. As individuals progress through recovery in AA, they often experience a profound shift in self-perception. Layers of shame and self-doubt fall away, revealing inherent worthiness. This discovery of inner gold testifies to the transformative power of the 12 steps. Many, struggling with addiction, believe they are fundamentally flawed. The 12 steps challenge and dismantle this negative self-image. Individuals begin to see themselves with clarity and compassion. Making amends can be transformative, rebuilding self-esteem and trust. This process allows individuals to move forward with integrity and self-respect. They often discover newfound purpose and meaning in their lives. The energy once consumed by addiction is now channeled into fulfilling pursuits. A lifelong experiment. The alchemist's journey continues. The alchemical transformation in AA is a lifelong journey. Individuals in recovery embrace the 12 steps as an ongoing experiment in conscious living. The journey of recovery is cyclical, marked by periods of transformation and reflection. The 12 steps are guiding principles applied with flexibility and open-mindedness. Understanding of the steps deepens and evolves over time. The alchemist's laboratory metaphorically represents the ongoing work of recovery. Individuals approach their lives with curiosity and experimentation. The journey of recovery is ultimately one of hope and liberation. It is a testament to the human capacity for transformation and spiritual growth. The Alchemist's legacy. Jung's enduring impact on AA. Jung's insights into the human psyche and spiritual experience found fertile ground in AA. His influence through Rowland Hazard continues to shape the lives of millions in AA. Jung's emphasis on the unconscious provided a framework for understanding addiction's roots. The 12 steps resonate with Jung's belief in confronting the unconscious for true healing. Surrender, central to both Jungian psychology and the 12 steps, highlights the limitations of ego control. Jung's concept of the self aligns with AA's higher power. The alchemical metaphor captures the transformative journey of recovery. The 12 steps break down the old self and forge a new, authentic identity. Jung's belief that the gold is in the darkness finds expression in AA members' stories. The unconscious awakened. A spiritual alchemy. The alchemical transformation in AA is a spiritual awakening, a profound shift in consciousness. This awakening connects individuals to a source of strength, love, and wisdom. Jung believed the unconscious contained seeds of spiritual awakening. Archetypes in the collective unconscious guide us towards wholeness. The 12 steps provide a framework for unconscious integration and spiritual awakening. Confronting shadows and surrendering to a higher power create conditions for transformation. Individuals see themselves in the world with greater clarity and compassion. This spiritual alchemy is an ongoing process of discovery and growth. The journey of recovery is cyclical, marked by transformation and reflection. The great work continues. AA's enduring legacy of transformation. AA's legacy stands as a testament to the power of shared experience and the 12 steps. From humble beginnings, AA has grown into a global fellowship. Its principles of honesty, surrender, and service transcend cultural boundaries. AA's impact extends beyond individual lives, influencing broader culture and therapeutic approaches. The journey of recovery is a collective endeavor, supported by the fellowship of AA. The collective wisdom of AA reminds us that no one need walk the path of recovery alone. The need for programs like AA remains urgent in a world grappling with addiction and isolation. AA's principles offer a beacon of hope and a model for personal transformation. The great work of alchemy continues within the hearts and minds of those on the journey of recovery.